Hi, welcome to Inside the Scary Mind of a Writer, and I'm Adina Lev, the writer. This is episode 138 of my reboot vlog series. I did take that year off. Hi, Raynell, Sylvie, and Christian. So far, those are the only people saying, hey, I liked your video. Oh, and Lakina. Hi, Lakina liked my newest book, and she likes it. I'm getting my videos back out there. I signed my first honest to goodness autograph. Somebody bought my book, and he happens to be one of the dog park dog parents. And he bought my book and brought it to the dog park and asked me to sign it. So when you go through self-publishing, they tell you in the directions not just to buy books and have a signing autograph thing at a fair or an independent bookstore or even a flea market. That's one of the things you do. You sign the book. Here, buy my book, you autograph it. But come up with a tag or something, a saying that somebody's going to remember and take a thrill at. So mine is enjoy the ride, Adina. Yours truly, Adina, something like that. But enjoy the ride. Hope you like this, Adina. I think that's good if you get it out of book signing. He liked the book. He says a page turner, and he gave me a lot of reviews on it, a lot of aspects that made my heart. Look, I can get my head into the camera. I have a couple extra copies of one of my other books that I'm definitely going to give to him and say, here, try this, review it. Yeah, and that's what you want when you're doing self-publishing, is people to review your books. 2 hurricanes off the coast of the United States is making my aphasia, where I can't get all the words out. I can see them in my head, but I can't get them quite out of my mouth. I know, shorter words. Adina, never. I told you guys last week that I'm working on 2 books, so I'm researching the hell out of it. One book is Prime Divergent, and it is about a serial killer. She's not really a serial killer. She's a spree killer. But I'm starting to flesh out the characters and firm up the storyline. The other one is about my dad's story. I got my mom, Carol, to give me her approval to use his story, and she gave me her blessing. And so besides reading about serial killers and the difference between an egomaniac and a narcissist, I'm also watching Vietnam stories, and I'm telling you, I can't wait to see what kind of nightmares I have tonight. But it's important when you're writing a book that you know the details, because like I've said before, I hate it when the writer gives me too many details, but I also hate it when the writer hasn't thoroughly researched their topic. There's nothing that makes me have the credibility of a writer destroyed more than finding, that can't happen. No, you can't do that. Throw the book away, because now I don't want to read it because they didn't take their time to do their homework. Yeah, but I can't set other writers to a level standard and not expect that same standard from myself. Do you know what I mean? So researching Prime Divergent is the book with the serial killer. And then my dad's story is War Stories, Book 2, Bill. And I belong to the Triangle Women Veterans Unit, 144. Woo! One of our members is a combat veteran from Afghanistan. So, little preview, the 3rd book will be about Afghanistan. It's sad that in my lifetime, I know veterans from World War II to current. There is always a war going on, a police action going on, that I have no lack of resources for these stories. And that's sad, and that's scary. And Raynell, I am so sorry that this is the planet you are going to be inheriting, and hopefully by the time you get to my age, war will be a thing of the past and something that you and your children will never have to worry about. But unfortunately, right now, it's a lot of information from my stories. Oh, on to happier things. Let's see. This weekend, Triangle Women Veterans, we do a monthly activity. And this month's activity was to make plarn mats. Well, you make the plarn. If you don't know what plarn is you take shopping bags, cut off the bottom, cut off the handles, and roll it up and cut it into 4 equal parts. And you have a loop. You put those loops together and one after the other, and then you have a chain. You do a lot and make a rope, a plarn rope that you put into a ball, just like you do regular yarn, and then you crochet a sleeping mat. I've gone to a lot of homeless veteran activities. I've talked to so many veterans who are homeless or veterans who go to other activities, but the main thing we hear is these plarn sleeping mats are their most valuable commodity, their most valuable possession, because it keeps them off the ground. They're waterproof, and if you've ever laid on cold cement, you know it zaps your strength right out of you and lets you open for colds. If you are laying on the mud, you're gonna get soaked and dirty again. So these plarn mats are these homeless people's greatest possessions, and they take them with them everywhere. So if you think about it, start a group that makes plarn mats. Their YouTube is filled with different ways that you can make them, and then you donate them to either a homeless shelter or a veterans shelter, and it gets recycled, reused, and gets bags out of the landfill, and it does provide some comfort for people who, whatever little joys they can get. So when we were doing our cross-country trip, some guy was begging for money, and I went into a store and got a small bag of dog food and gave it to him with a $5 bill, and he said thank you. People forget his dog. And these people, that's when you see a homeless person with a dog or a cat, that thing is probably what's keeping them from killing themselves, taking themselves out, however you want to brush that up, because they know that if they're not around, nobody's going to take care of this animal that they love, that they are so desperately holding on to. So another food for thought: if you see a homeless person that's got an animal, help out the animal too. So I'm going back to watch more videos on Vietnam and flesh out that character, and honestly I'll have to go read my book on people who are thrill seekers, and are they truly narcissists or suicide, trying to do it fast, memorably, or are they egomaniacs and they just want to see their name up in lights? It's a fine line between egomania and narcissism, and it's a fine line between narcissism and a death wish. The things you have to know that you did not know you were going to have to know in this lifetime. Weather sucks off the coast right now. It's making me forget words, can't get them out. So I'm going to go back inside and get depressed watching Vietnam movies. So I got my facts straight. Adina Lev, Inside the Scary Mind of a Writer. Thumbs up, thumbs down, share it, review it, tell me what you think. Order my books. I got my website up. I'm very happy with myself. Oh, Adina Lev, the author.com, or my that's the thing. It's Adina Lev, the author.wix, because I went through Wix to do this. You find me. I will put a link at the bottom of this video to my website, and you guys be safe, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.